Hello, everybody. This is a brief history of Automobili Lamborghini SPA. Ferruccio Lamborghini, the founder of Automobili Lamborghini, originally he was a tractor manufacturer, and he built a very wealthy empire and was wealthy enough to own a couple Ferraris. Ferruccio Lamborghini had quite a few Ferraris, and noticed that he had to keep replacing clutches on his Ferraris. And in an attempt to help improve the product, he went to Enzo Ferrari himself and asked him to build better clutches. And essentially, Enzo Ferrari, being a uptight man who builds world-class sports cars, essentially told this tractor manufacturer to go away and never come back. Ferruccio Lamborghini didn't like that very well, and he went off and was dedicated to building his own brand to compete with Ferrari. The Lamborghini 350 GT was introduced in 1964, and it was a true Ferrari competitor. World-class Grand Touring sports car that featured a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V12, hence the 350 in the name. And it was designed by Bizzarini, one of the Ferrari's former master engineers. So it had all the looks, performance, and everything associated with a traditional Italian sports car, but from a Lamborghini brand instead of a Ferrari brand. A few years later, in 1966, Lamborghini introduced the Miura, which is probably one of the most well-known sports cars and one of the most influential sports cars in history. The Miura featured a rear mid-engine design with the engine behind the driver instead of the front. This was something that was not seen prior to the use in the Miura. The Miura was referred to as a supercar for the first time in history, and what we know today as supercars all stem from the Miura. The Miura even had a special name too. The Miura was named after a breed of fighting bulls. However, it was no normal fighting bull. The Miuras are some of the strongest and the most intelligent fighting bulls, which really was a proper name to give this super special car. In 1972, Lamborghini encountered financial troubles like any small company and had to sell off its company to some private investors. In 1974, the Lamborghini Countach, which was developed initially under Ferruccio Lamborghini's ownership, was finally released. The Countach is the grandfather of all modern featured a wedge-shaped design with a bunch of angles and sharp edges, as well as the now famous Lamborghini doors. Lamborghini doors are officially known as scissor doors, however, because they first appeared on the Lamborghini Countach, everyone just refers to them as Lamborghini doors. Back in the 80s, nearly every 12-year-old boy had a picture of a Lamborghini Countach on his wall. The LM002 looks a lot like Humvee, but with the Lamborghini V12 engine under the hood. Featured Kevlar reinforced tires and a separate key to turn on the battery before you turn on it. Imagine just seeing this big hunky Humvee rolling down the road, but you hear nothing but sound due to the naturally aspirated V12. However, the LM002 was very costly, and the United States military chose to go with a much cheaper Humvee. In 1987, the private investors then sold the Lamborghini brand to Chrysler Corporation. This is a very interesting fact that many people may not know, that Chrysler once owned Lamborghini. Chrysler Corporation did not have much success with Lamborghini, and a few years later, in 1994, sold the brand to some Indian and Malaysian investors. Then in 1998, Those investors then sold the brand once again to Audi, the subsidiary of Volkswagen. Audi was probably the best thing to ever come for Lamborghini. These R&D investments led to a bunch of new products that were well designed and for once did not leave the factory with a permanent check engine problem. The first Audi designed Lamborghini was the Murcielago. Murcielago is Spanish for bat and is the name of a famous fighting bull who won a championship. Shortly thereafter, Lamborghini introduced what will be called the Baby Lambo, the Gallardo, in 2004. The Lamborghini Gallardo, instead of featuring a V12, featured a naturally aspirated 5-liter V10. The Lamborghini Gallardo eventually became the best-selling Lamborghini of all time, and still today, with over 14,000 units produced. Up until 2004, Lamborghini had not made 14,000 units of all of its models combined. However, kind of ironically, the Gallardo featured this new transmission called an E-Brake, a semi-automatic manual transmission. It would be controlled by paddle shifters, but there would be no clutch involved to control the clutch. However, there was a launch mode button, and when using launch mode, if you used it more than 5 times, you would need to replace your clutch. Which is ironic considering Lamborghini was founded to fix the clutch problem with Ferraris. Then in 2011, Lamborghini unveiled the Aventador. Now, up until the Aventador, all Lamborghinis had used the Bizzarrini V12, back all the way from 1964 all the way to 2010. For the Lamborghini Aventador, Audi designed an entirely new, naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 for use in the Aventador. Shortly thereafter, the 50th anniversary of Lamborghini in 2014 launched the 50th anniversary edition Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, a special version to commemorate a milestone for the brand. They use the tagline, 100 years of innovation in half the time, which is true when you consider all the things that Lamborghini has done for the super sports car segment. And in 2017, Lamborghini unveiled the Lamborghini Centenario. Centenario was a special one-off car. It was designed to commemorate the 100th birthday of Ferruccio Lamborghini. There were only 20 coupes and 20 roadsters built. And not just anyone could purchase these special cars. Ferruccio Lamborghini wanted his cars to be driver's cars. So anyone who wanted to purchase a Centenario had to prove to be true Lamborghini fans and prove that they would actually drive their cars rather than store them in private collections. So all 40 people who were eligible to purchase a Lamborghini Centenario received letters in the mail asking them if they would like to buy the car. Now this was before they had even seen what it looked like or what it was called, or just a single thing about it other than their special car, and they had to pay $2,000. And here we are today in 2000. Lamborghini is about to release the Lamborghini Countach, a new SUV to help the brand increase profits so they can continue to build these special, low production, naturally aspirated V10 12-engine supercars. I can't wait to see where the Lamborghini brand